clue.
Nah.
So excited to dive into today.
Are you?
In the way that you might be excited to do something really hard and challenging, like in the way that I was always excited to like push my body really hard and do really long races.
Yeah.
Be like, this is going to be miserable. Also, what an opportunity.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
this is a fresh one.
Yeah.
This topic, we're knee deep.
Yeah.
We're
We're chest deep.
We're
eyeball deep.
Hey guys.
I'm not sure my nose is above. So everybody take a breath.
This one's vulnerable because we're like in it.
Yeah.
We're in it. So what are we in, Taylor?
We're gonna be talking about the pressure that comes with getting what you asked for. We're gonna talk about why so often, and maybe all the time, or in every instance, why success can feel more overwhelming than failure. And this is something that nobody talks about. Everybody talks about wanting to be successful. We talk about, how to reach your goals, how to get clear, how to stay focused, how to connect to your vision, all these things. And all these things are success. They're driven by and couched under the auspice that you're reaching your goals. You're driving, you are reaching new levels of success. And ultimately what nobody talks about is, when you work and you grind and you push and do all the things necessary, and success finally hits at whatever benchmark that is, on kind of your path, you're suddenly hit with just this massive wave of overwhelm and anxiety and questioning whether or not you can deliver and whether you're smart enough or whether you deserve it. And then the work of trying to make this thing a reality becomes a lot, becomes overwhelming. And so we're gonna dive in. We're gonna get to it. Like you said, we're fresh in it. We've had some incredible opportunities, or continue to have incredible opportunities, but rising to the occasion and delivering on those opportunities is really, really scary because, and we have talked about this particular part on previous episodes, is that the more successful you are, the more eyes are on you and the more public your failures become. And so there is this very real pressure that comes with, okay, great, like this new opportunity, but now the stakes are higher, right? There's more people paying attention. There's more people involved. There's more to lose. Yeah. There's more people on the team. There's more, the weight is very, very real. So I'm sure you have a question.
Obviously.
So before I get excited and dive in, let's hear it.
Get through the worst part, Taylor. What is the thing that you asked for that was the most hard to receive? Or like felt not hard, that felt like the most pressure or the most weight to receive?
Support.
You're like, you
no, well, yeah, and luckily now, other people, right? I wanted, once I realized that me going at it alone wasn't actually fulfilling and wasn't actually what I wanted, even though I had told myself that and built systems to support that, I realized that truly wasn't it. But then when you invite that in, it's really hard to be supported. It's really hard to, good and bad. It's hard to be supported in a positive way. It's also hard to receive feedback and have people hold your feet to the fire and tell you you're wrong, or you're not living up to your potential, or you should too.
We have that this week too.
Yeah. So support for sure. And I think, I'm grateful for it. Support / a team, right? Like, as one of my goals, and I know your goals as well, is like to continue to always be working to provide opportunities, to build an environment where people thrive, right? We want to invite more people into the impact that we're working to make. That's hard. As those people around you grow, that, and it's not like the parts that people think about. It's not like the interpersonal stuff. I mean, that, you know, that comes with challenges if you're dealing with personalities, but it's the, you know, it's like the pushback and the people have other ideas. And sometimes you just, you know, like I find myself, I'm like, you know, I don't really want to have the patience sometimes to hear people out. I don't want to have, you know, it's just like, man, it sure would be easier if I was just doing this alone. I have to listen to all these, like, you know, 20 people tell me what they think about this thing, even though that is truly what I want. And I so value that. But, you know, when you're just stressed, you're trying to move things forward or you're tired, having a team of people that really are aligned with your vision is really challenging.
Yeah.
Because they want what's best for me and you. But how, you know, the representation of that is challenging.
I think sometimes too, we have went through things that people have not been through with us, and it can be challenging to just let them have that voice. You're like, I've already tried that 97 times. Like,
yeah.
And it doesn't mean it's not going to work, but yeah, that's a good one. Totally. I like that answer.
Support. I had that one. Yep. It was not easy, but I had that on the,
yeah,
I was ready.
That was clear. So, yeah, now we can get into it. Now you can get excited.
So a little like statistic to kick things off. Studies show, just so you know, again, I think just to kind of couch this conversation, studies show that 60% of high performing leaders experience increased anxiety and self-doubt after major wins. This is Harvard Business Review. It was just back in 2023, so this is a relatively new study. And 60% of not like everybody, of high performers, people that we would see as individuals that are well versed in dealing with stress and pressure and consequences and high stakes. 60% of those people have increased anxiety, anxiousness, self-doubt after the win. Right? Again, we did that not leading up to the win.
Oh.
The win happened, then that's when it kicks off. So I think that's a really important like inflection point. We're not talking about specifically and intentionally, we're not talking about the inevitable kind of, this is scary in the buildup. You did the thing. Now I'm anxious. I doubt myself.
I feel that.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like I'm the 60% right now.
So let's talk about what it actually looks like. Why does success feel hard? Why does it feel like a threat? Ooh, I don't know. That language hits.
Yeah, it does. It does kind of feel like a threat. There's a few things here. I think the first thing is success equals visibility, and visibility equals expectations and responsibility, or encompasses those things. So when we have more eyes on us, there's more to lose. There's our reputation. And I think that's a huge threat. Everyone wants to be the influencer, but nobody really thinks about what that's going to take. You know, I love to say, like, everyone wants the abs. Nobody really thinks about the sacrifice and what they're going to have to do to get the abs. So this is abs for the workplace.
Abs for your career.
Yeah. Success.
Career abs. Yeah. Coming soon by Impact Initiative.
So like visibility is a huge one. The success equals the expectation of visibility and responsibility. The other one is growth brings change. And most people don't like change. So more people, more eyes, more pressure and more to deliver. And that usually it just looks different. I think that's one of the things that will take a business out very quickly is growth too fast. And we drive really hard and fast at growth, not thinking what it could cost us in the long run and how scary that can be. The last one is success threatens your nervous system because it signals uncertainty and exposure. So those things they signal the nervous system. So that's why we feel anxiety. That's why I feel like I can't breathe right now. I think all of those things it's really important to understand that all of those things they're normal. They're like a part of life.
Mm-hmm.
I think as a leader, I put a lot of pressure to not experience anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is, if we're anxious, it means we're alive. We are human.
Right.
Taylor plays it cool. Like he never has anxiety. But just be late for a big date and he will be so anxious.
That's right.
He will be pacing and not happy with you. Since we're in the flow of statistics today, I will give one more statistics. Yeah. Gallup, one of my favorite places to look at human statistics, has looked at leaders specifically and the strengths and weaknesses of leaders. They say leaders are 3 times more likely to feel isolated and emotionally exhausted during periods of high success or rapid growth. So I think that's one of the most important ones is success sometimes, or maybe all the time, can separate us and make us feel isolated. And that is a huge challenge. So you're not really afraid of winning. You're afraid of what winning might cost you.
Right.
So let's talk about, how do you prepare yourself, your team, and your systems for success so you don't have to get stuck in it and feel isolated and anxious in all of these ways?
I like to break things down tactically.
Do you have a blueprint today?
It's a bit of a blueprint.
Okay, great.
Would we say a framework?
Is this like what would that framework? Oh yeah, it's not blueprint. It's always framework. Do you have a dealing with success framework, Taylor?
First thing, you gotta prepare your mindset. So you have to be mentally ready for when you reach those goals. There's a few ways to do that. One, you gotta expect the pressure, right? To expect that things are going to be different under different circumstances is not realistic. So when you expect that pressure, it prepares you to recognize that something's not wrong. It's a different environment, and I think with these benchmarks and new levels of success is always going to come pressure. Next, I think we've talked about this a lot, but recognizing your wins on a daily basis is huge. So this, when this new environment presents itself, the pressure's there, we understand that that's part of reality, then let's make sure that we're recognizing what our wins are in route to fulfilling this promise that we've made, or fulfilling on this new level of responsibility, or however that's manifesting. And then
Taylor talking about wins. Did I just hear this?
We're moving on though, briefly.
Okay,
That's a win. Also moving on. Then practice what it looks like put yourself in the place of how you might deploy your energy in the future. So think about okay, what does it actually look and feel like for me to move through this new environment again, this new level of success, not just from the perspective of, okay, this is my goals, I've reached it, what's the tactical pieces, but how do I actually move through that space? How do I deploy my energy? So that, the mindset and kind of prepping your nervous system really for that is super important. Next, you got to prepare your team. So let's assume for the purposes of this conversation that you didn't achieve that new level of success without some people involved. So whether it's the team that you work with or the people around you in your life, no one,
your dog.
No one accomplishes their goals alone. So you got to prepare your team. First, clarify roles and responsibility before chaos hits. So before all the new things happen and the fulfillment and the deployment of how you actually, again, deliver whatever success, whatever it is you have to deliver at this new benchmark, make sure everybody's on the same page, clarify roles and responsibilities. Next, you got to create a culture and rituals that reinforce calm, not urgency. So it is very, very normal and typical for things to feel very compressed and rushed in these time periods, right? Okay, we did this. Now we got to do it. We're going to fail. We're going to, right? Like this energy really lends itself to things being really reactive. So you build a culture where things are calm, you pace yourself. Let's take a beat. Let's make sure we're still doing our best work in alignment with our mission, vision, values, the culture that we put in place. Lastly, on the team front, just talk openly about the anxiety that comes with success. I think normalizing it is a huge piece. If you feel it in a leadership position, your team feels it too, right? The fulfillment of these things, the support required to move a leader forward and support an organization also creates anxiety. So everyone feels it. Normalize talking about it when things feel stretched. Lastly, so we got mindset. You have to prepare your team. Then you're going to prepare your systems. So try to automate what you can. So in the delivery of this thing, work to automate the things specifically that drain you, that feel really heavy, that feel like they're bringing that energy down. Next, make sure you have SOPs. This is kind of in alignment with the roles and responsibility piece, but just make sure you have your operating procedures in place so everybody's clear on what it looks like to move forward in alignment with expectations and kind of clear deliverables.
That one I feel like is really important to have your baseline of all of your systems and processes. Obviously, they're going to change. That one has saved our butts to not have to rethink the process when success hits. Our team has really been good at that. And sometimes you and I are like, we don't need that. Let's just run. But in moments like today where we had something super big pop up, now we already have the framework, because you love frameworks, to actually move forward on that without rethinking everything, even though it's bigger success. So I feel like that one's key.
Totally.
I like
agree.
that one. Good point, Taylor.
Thank you. Yeah, I love an SOP. I love a system. So look at us aligned.
So great.
And then use I like to call it like a when success hits plan. That's in quotes, where you assign ownership of what's required ahead of time, so people aren't scrambling, right? You can forecast this out based on your goals and be proactive versus reactive. You don't have to wait until this thing hits. Like you were saying, systematize the things that you can. When opportunity hits, what are the templates? What are the things you can do? Look back at what you've done, who takes ownership over what, and how do you move forward in a way that actually, again, I think the biggest part is move forward in a way that actually creates that calm versus scrambling. As much as you can start to and try to get ahead of and map out what it feels like to hit these new benchmarks and how you proceed, this is going to take a lot of pressure off of the people around you and yourself in the leadership side of things.
It creates calm? Staying in alignment with your values.
Preach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ultimately, success shouldn't feel like punishment. There's things that we can do to get ahead of it. It should feel like you're ready, right? Like when it hits, even though there's very real pressure, it should be exciting because you know that you're ready. You've gotten ahead of it. Again, mindset, team, systems. Take some time to map this out. Don't let it happen to you. Let it happen for you. And that's a big way or a key way to get ahead of it. So what happens if we don't prepare? If we don't follow my cool framework?
You will die.
Instant death.
Taylor's framework or death.
Yeah.
There's no
It all comes crashing down. Good luck.
I'm just kidding. It could feel like that. When you don't prepare for success, really what happens is we put ourselves and our people in a place where we're unprepared, and it just doesn't ever look good and it doesn't work for us. So you will find yourself and the people around you overworked, overthinking, and emotionally withdrawn, or finding themselves truly in burnout eventually. We see teams panic, and when we're in a place of panic and our nervous system is not grounded, is not regulated, we burn out again. We can feel neglected, isolated, and I think that always puts us in a place where we make really bad decisions. So you might find success and then everyone's panicking. Instead of making good decisions, all of a sudden we're making not so great decisions. And it can cost us success in the future, or, outcomes, dissatisfied clients, all of those things. Another one is systems start to break down under pressure. So the systems that maybe we did have set up, the clients and customers that we have, they'll all fill it. And that will, again, lead to less success in the future. So it becomes very unsustainable. If you are not prepared for success and your team doesn't know how to regulate the extra pressure, the first part of your nice little framework was mindset. So making sure that your team has the mindset and is ready for success, I think, is a really big deal. Can your team handle success? Are they ready for that mentally, emotionally, and physically? This leads to a few things. So it leads to reverse momentum, toxic stress in your culture, and leadership regret. So what that sounds like is, I don't even want this anymore. That's where we see that growth really break down the team, and it really can lead to destruction of team relationships, trust, and that's where people will close their doors. That we've seen it in our culture. You can look at some of the great kind of fast growing companies and cultures and tech and all of these other industries where you're like, how did they fail? And it was because of this. Their team wasn't ready for that success, and it really starts to break down and erode that trust. So another stat. We're really stat heavy today.
No, it's good. I think we put them in here because I think it, on the surface, even when people hear us talking about this, I do think it can be hard. It can be hard to connect with it because, you're like, well, of course I want to, of course I want to reach my goals. Of course I want to be successful. So just backing it up with a bit of science, we don't always go deep on the stats side of things. In fact, we, will purposefully stay away from them sometimes. But I think for this one, I think it's nice to have a little bit of like data to back up what we will kind of push under the surface, right? Or push down. We're like, because it happens, and then we forget about it, right? We start to ride that wave. We feel all those things, and then we develop the tools and skills, and we adapt and process, and then we forget. And so, anyway.
Well, and I think that we drive so hard at creating success that we don't actually plan for it. And so leaders without a success readiness plan are 5 times more likely to lose key talent within 90 days of major growth events. So if we don't have that plan in place, we're in trouble. And I like, honestly, there's some of these things that we've been driving at forever, 2 decades.
Yeah.
So how long do you hold on to a success readiness plan? And that's a real thing for people who are like, what the hell is that? That is a real thing. And it's something that we help our clients get ready for, so that they have the tools and that mindset to be able to handle that growth. But sometimes it feels like it doesn't ever come. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but for me, sometimes I'm like, we're actually never going to be successful. Sure. We're just going to keep driving. I'm sure the Wright brothers felt like that. They're like, we will always crash these metal lumps of nothing.
Yeah, right.
And we'll never fly. And then you do it and you're like, now what? How do we actually create that momentum? So with that in mind, let's give people what they came for. Leadership challenge.
Ding, 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 ding.
You get to take it away with our leadership challenge.
So
that's what to do. How do we get started, Taylor?
How would we even get started in a leadership challenge? You might ask yourself. Let me tell you.
Poor listeners.
This week, I want you to ask yourself, if success hits tomorrow, could I and my team actually handle it?
Ooh.
So this is the question, and I want to encourage everyone listening to really think about this. So again, the prompt is, if success hit tomorrow, you get the opportunity that you've been waiting for. The phone call comes through, the email comes through, the client finally hits, they accept the proposal, the whatever it is, If it hit tomorrow, could you and your team actually handle it? And so, in preparation for this, you can start to put yourself in a position to be ready for success. And again, the three things that you want to do are upgrade your mindset, strengthen your team, build simple systems. So when you run yourself through that prompt, again, success hits tomorrow, are you and your team ready? Whatever part of that is maybe feeling a little shaky, I want you to think about those three things. Can you upgrade your mindset? Can you strengthen your team? Build a culture where there's success, people are ready for success. And then can you build simple systems that allow people to deploy whatever they need to do and actually function and activate the things required to step up and step into that level of success. So super simple, very actionable. Ask yourself it, take it seriously, and then start to prepare. You don't have to be reactive. There are things you can do right now to really, ultimately it comes down to truly enjoying your success. It takes so much work and effort to put these things in place and to get the wheels in motion and to actually start to create momentum. For God's sake, enjoy it.
Yeah. And just remember that lots of people will reach success. It is harder to hold success than it is to achieve it. That sustainability piece is a whole different strategy and experience. So you need to be ready for it.
Be ready. If you want more resources on how to get ready, you can find us at impactinitiative.network. See what we're up to. Drop us a note. Let us know what's working, where we can support you. We'd love to be a resource. Again, that's impactinitiative.network. And as always, got some great events coming up. We are doing our Health and Fitness Business Roundtable October 22nd in Denver, Colorado. If you're anywhere in the area, please come. If you're in the health and wellness, health and fitness space, you're an entrepreneur looking for a network, looking to collaborate, flatten the learning curve, this is for you. It is an incredible group. It's grown so much in the last few months, and we're going to keep running at it. So you can find us in Denver. And if you're in that space, we'd love to join you. Just a free event, here to be a resource and put you in contact with the people and resources, tools, mindset you need to accomplish your goals. And sneak peek.
Bozeman, we're coming for you.
Oh, that's right. We got Bozeman, Montana, taking it back to my home state and doing a health and fitness business roundtable at the Kiln co-working space that's going to be opening up in the middle of October. We're going to be doing that event in the second week of November. Stay tuned. But if you are a health and wellness, health and fitness entrepreneur in the southwestern corner of Montana, come join me. We're going to have our team there. It's going to be awesome. We're going to replicate this event in a few different areas. So stay tuned. We got other locations popping up. We got big plans for this. We're here to support, here to help people grow. We want to see people win. We're doing everything we can to make that happen. So until then, see you next time on Impact Minded.
Bye, y'all.